we talk about the cellular respiration and how in the cellular respiration one glucose molecule combined with six oxygen molecules forming six carbon dioxide and six water molecules in ATP. We learned that in the last video, but today we gonna study the details of this process. So let's start. We also learn the structure of the mitochondria, and in the mitochondria we have three important parts: the outer membrane, which is a double layer of the phospholipids, and the inner membrane, which is folded, and inside the inner membrane we have the matrix, which is the fluid part. Here is the structure of mitochondria. And we have the three steps of the cellular respiration, which they are: the first one glycolysis, and the second one Krebs cycle, and the third one electron transport chain. They are the three steps or three stages of the cellular respiration. The first one, which is called the glycolysis, it takes place outside the mitochondria in the cytoplasm, actually specifically in the cytosol. So the glycolysis reaction, it's anaerobic reaction, but cellular respiration, which it takes place inside the mitochondria, it's aerobic reaction. We have the Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle. It takes place in the matrix, and the electron transport chain. The electron transport chain, it takes place in the inner membrane, which is from its name, electron transport chain. Transport chain, series of proteins, of course, it will take place in the membrane. And the Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle, it takes place in the matrix. So let's start with the step number one, which is called glycolysis. Glycolysis, it means breaking glucose, lysis of glucose. So what is happening in this step? So glycolysis, it's an important biochemical pathway. It's a process of breaking up glucose molecules, lysis of glucose, to three carbon molecules, which they are called pyruvate or pyruvic acid. They are the same. It's actually not a simple process. It takes a lot of steps to occur. So the products of glycolysis are 4 ATP molecules, not just 2 ATP molecules. Wait. What we learned in the last section, that it producing only 2 ATP. How is that happening? Actually, the cell is like investigating 2 ATP molecules in this step. So it takes place and produce 2 ATP molecules. So during this process, the cell consuming 2 ATP molecules and producing 2 ATP molecules, but the total ATP are formed are 4. 2 ATP are using during this process and 2 ATP are formed. And how the ATP are formed? By adding a phosphate group. The ATP is formed by adding a phosphate group to ADP forming ATP. We already talked in the last semester that the ATP is formed by adding a phosphate group to ADP forming ATP. So when a molecule of glucose is breaking, we have two products. The glucose, it contains 6 carbon atoms. When it's broken down, it releases 3 carbon atoms. Each one of the pyruvate contains 3 carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3. Here 1, 2, 3. So for each one pyruvate reaction, it produces 1 ATP and 1 NADH. And here 1 ATP and 1 NADH. So the total we have here 2 ATP and 2 NADH. So what is the NADH? What is this molecule? we have a coenzyme which is called